Welcome to GH Shorts, the series where we give you some rock history in a tiny bite-sized package. You know, for those rock history nerds on a budget. Today's story is all about one of the most iconic rock songs of all time, Deep Purple's Smoke on the Water from their 1972 album Machine Head. Most rock historians point to Smoke on the Water as one of a number of early heavy rock songs that paved the way for the heavy metal bands that came after them. But did you know that the story told in Smoke on the Water is actually a true story? Well, you will after this video. On December 4th, 1971, Deep Purple were in Montreux, Switzerland to record a new album, and they brought with them the legendary Rolling Stones mobile studio, which had recorded many bands in the 1970s. They were waiting for the Montreux Casino to close for the winter, and the last show at the complex featured Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention. Due to the harsh Swiss winters, the casino and hotel complex would close for renovations and cleanings. Often, bands would utilize closed buildings with large open spaces to record albums. The Rolling Stones mobile studio was essentially a van with a control board and recording equipment that could meet bands anywhere, and it became a go-to apparatus for bands such as Led Zeppelin, The Who, Dire Straits, Fleetwood Mac, Bad Company, and even Iron Maiden. It allowed the bands to record where they wanted, when they wanted, rather than adhering to the strict guidelines most record label studios had. Back to Deep Purple. As they watched Zappa and the Mothers do their thing, someone fired a flare gun up towards the roof, which was made of rattan. It went up in flames almost immediately, and everyone had to evacuate. At first, it seemed the fire would be contained to the roof, but eventually, it burned the entire complex to the ground. Luckily, there were no human fatalities, but all of the Mothers' equipment was destroyed, and the mobile studio itself was almost caught in the blaze, as it sat only a few feet away from the casino. The Funky Claude referenced in the song was Claude Knobs, the director of the Montreux Jazz Festival, who repeatedly went back into the building during the fire to ensure that everyone made it out safely. A few days later, Deep Purple's bassist Roger Glover had the idea for the term "smoke on the water" as a way to explain the vision of the smoke from the fire spreading over Lake Geneva next to the casino. He said, "It was probably the biggest fire I'd ever seen up to that point, and probably ever seen in my life. It was a huge building. I remember there was very little panic getting out because it didn't seem like much of a fire at first, but when it caught, it went up like a fireworks display." The band was forced to find a new venue in which to record Machine Head, and they soon settled on the almost empty Grand Hotel de Charité. They would dedicate the album to Funky Claude Knobs, add an absolutely iconic and deceptively simplistic riff from lead guitarist Ritchie Blackmore, a true-to-life retelling in lyrics from vocalist Ian Gillan, and you have yourself rock and roll heaven. Smoke on the Water wouldn't be released as a single until May of 1973, when it promptly became a rock classic and shot to number 4 on the Billboard charts, becoming a song of the summer in America. The Montreux Casino would rebuild, and they fully embraced the connection between themselves and the iconic song, even incorporating the musical notes from the song into the balustrade over their new casino floor. As for the musicians who created it, Smoke on the Water became a song that they just couldn't get away with not playing in subsequent bands. It became a staple of Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow, and Ian Gillan would even perform it with Black Sabbath when he joined the band in 1983. It remains one of the only cover songs Black Sabbath has ever played live. Thanks for watching GH Shorts, our new series where we give you bite-sized music history in a few minutes or less. If you like this video and like to see others like it, please consider subscribing to the Guitar Historian channel, and be sure to drop a like down below so you can let YouTube know that other guitar fans would really like to see it. Thanks for watching!